Maggie O'Farrell's narrative establishes a profound thematic preoccupation with surveillance and concealed observation from its inception. The Latin tutor is positioned as a watcher, his gaze fixed upon the forest's edge, which he metaphorically transforms into a theatrical backdrop, an apt symbol for the staged performances and hidden truths that will subsequently unfold. This initial scene of quiet scrutiny is immediately juxtaposed against the relentless, droning conjugation of Latin verbs by his pupils, establishing a dichotomy between the restrictive, scholastic interior and the verdant, mysterious exterior. The tutor's presence at Hewlands is not one of volition, but of obligation, a form of indentured servitude enacted by his father to settle an obscure, possibly illicit, debt involving sheepskins. This backstory of paternal imposition and financial chicanery introduces the novel's recurring motif of coerced transactional relationships, positioning the tutor as a commodity bartered for his erudition. The narrative delves into the tutor's internal landscape, revealing a history of domestic brutality that has honed his capacity for dissembling and anticipation. His father's arbitrary and violent rages, described with visceral precision, the flensing sting of a wooden instrument on the back of the legs, have forged in him a preternatural ability to read atmospheric shifts and conceal his true thoughts. This learned dissimulation becomes a crucial facet of his character, a survival mechanism that primes him for the intricate deceptions and social negotiations of adult life. The recent physical supremacy he has gained over his father marks a pivotal shift, yet the ingrained habit of vigilance and the profound desire for escape, to move his feet and legs to some other place, remain potent forces driving his actions. The tutor's observational reverie is ruptured by the emergence of a figure from the trees, a moment of profound misprision that catalyzes the narrative's central relationship. Initially misread as a masculine presence due to her attire and bearing, the figure is gradually revealed to be a woman with a falcon, an androgynous apparition that challenges conventional visual cues. This scene of corrected perception is emblematic of the novel's deeper concern with how individuals are seen and understood. The encounter culminates in the Apple Store, a liminal space redolent with sensory detail, where a struggle for dominance and revelation occurs. Through a kiss and a corrected name, Agnes, not Anne, a powerful, intuitive connection is forged, her unique method of gripping the flesh between his thumb and forefinger, suggesting an immediate, tactile form of knowledge that transcends verbal exchange. Concurrently, the narrative excavates Agnes's genesis through a bifurcated structure, the mythic tale of a girl from the forest's edge and the visceral reality of her lived experience. The myth, replete with wood dwellers, a mother who emerged from the trees, and whispers of supernatural ability, provides a communal, folkloric framework for understanding her otherness. This is starkly contrasted with her own unadorned recollections, the visceral loss of her mother in childbirth, the subsequent imposition of a pragmatic and cruel stepmother, Joan, and the systematic erasure of her past. Her stepmother's campaign, cutting her hair, burning her rush dolls, denying the very existence of her previous life, represents an attempt to domesticate and suppress her inherent wildness, forcing upon Agnes an acute awareness of her own anomalous position within the household. Agnes's story is one of profound alienation and the cultivation of private, defensive faculties. Bereft of physical affection and denied the veracity of her own memories, she develops a compensatory sensitivity, particularly to the hands of others. The fleshy mound between thumb and forefinger becomes for her a locus of truth, a place where all that they have held, kept, and all they long to grip can be discerned. This gift, perceived by her family as an unchristian aberration, further isolates her, yet also serves as a clandestine source of power and insight. Her childhood, then, is a crucible of contradiction. She is simultaneously denigrated as second-tier and possessed of a rare intuitive acuity, all while harboring the embered memory of being properly loved by her birth mother, a recollection that becomes a benchmark for future connection. Her ultimate resolve is not for mere romance, but for survival, to seize authentic love as a conduit for escape, a determined agency that positions her as an active architect of her own destiny, poised to intersect irrevocably with the observant tutor.